That's not where I thought I was standing. Hello everyone! Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to hopefully unlock the Mamool jaw quests. Now these quests are a bit different than, these quests are unlocked a bit differently than the Pelu Pelu quests were. The Pelu Pelu quests were unlocked through just talking to someone in Tuliolol, and they just took you over to the Hanu Hanu village. But for these, they're more like the Arcosadara quests from Endwalker, where we have to complete 2 prerequisite quest lines before we actually are able to unlock the Mamool jaw quests themselves. Now, each of these quest lines continue on from one of the Aether Current quest lines, or from 2 different Aether Current quest lines that we started in the, where are we? In Yaktel. And the first one that we are going to be continuing is the one up here, Hunting for the Family. If I recall correctly, this guy wanted to prove himself as a capable hunter, and we were supposed to help him with that. Oh, let's keep helping him with that. Hunting for the Family. Tyet Rowe would share the bounty of the forest with his village. Now that I have another hunt under my belt and a worthy partner, I can finally ask the brethren to let me undertake their trial. And just give me a quick second, let me double check the audio sounds okay. Yeah, that sounds okay. I get a nice little echo there. But first, we have to bring our catch back to the village and divvy it up. Why don't you help pass it around? I'm sure everyone will be overjoyed to get a delivery from none other than the Third Promise's companion. Don't worry, I'll take care of the messy part and cut our quarry up into the proper portions. Meet me in the village when you're ready. Sounds good. I didn't really want to deal with that stuff anyway. Let's go and meet him and hand out some of our amazing hunt. Wait, wasn't there something about him, like, not being able to handle the meat or something? Like he was a vegetarian, or was that a different... I think that was a different Aether Current quest line. Ready to get these bits and pieces into the right hands? Good, because I've just finished separating them. I want you to bring the best pelt and bone of the bunch to the weaponsmith. He's always taken good care of me. I'd like to repay him in some small way. Tyet gets the meat. She's the wife of one of the Brethren's fiercest hunters. and if I'm going to join them, I'd best pay my respects. Well, you just gotta press F. As for the rest, I know more than a few villagers. I know more than a few of the village's matrons who would love something special to feed their families. I'll handle that. Give the others my regards, Brillian. Sounds good. You'd best deliver those parts before they spoil. I'd hate for a day's hunt to go to waste, and I think I'll log out here and let them spoil in my inventory. You know, my ambiguously sized inventory. Okay, let's start with the guy up here. Taciturn Weaponsmith. I'm the weaponsmith here. You say you have something from Tyet Row? Yes, I do, and hopefully it's not spoiled. These are excellent. See this needle-sharp bone? It supports the Tia's webbed wings, and can be carved into deadly spear tips. The pelt is surprisingly sturdy as well. The Brethren of Brox have been ordering some equipment lately, and supplies are running low. This will help us meet their needs for a while longer. Give Tyet Row my thanks, will you? Yes, I will. Now off to the second person. It's like they're over here somewhere. Oh, well, I guess that's who we need. Alright, this was the person's wife? Oh, hello. Are you looking for Ralva? I'm afraid his duties have taken him away for a while. Doing too deep of a voice for her. Oh, is that from Tyet Row? It looks delectable. I think I'll serve it tonight, in fact. Speaking of which, when is young Tyet Row planning to undertake the trial? Ralva was supposed to be his partner, but lately the Brethren have had their hands full. I only hope their work settles down soon, but who can say when that will be? Who knows? But it looks like that's all we had to do for this quest. You know, I was kind of hoping these quest lines wouldn't take long, but that was a bit fast. So how were the old man and Tyet? Is that two L's or is it capital I? I think it's a capital I. I think the first line is slightly shorter than the second line. Ilik. Yeah, so Tiat Ilik. I hope they enjoyed their gifts. I can say for certain that the matrons did. It's customary for hunters to share their catch with the whole village. It makes us all one big happy family. And guess what? While I was on my errand, I ran into one of the Brethren. I told him I was ready for the trial, and he accepted. He said to be ready soon. Oh, now I'm starting to get nervous. Hey, don't worry, you'll be fine. I'm here. Alright, Tyet Row, are we gonna do the trial already? A hunter's dream. Tyet Row needs to focus before his trial. Oh, this is the moment I've been dreaming of, but I can't shake these butterflies in my stomach. Being nervous is only natural. Maybe you should try distracting yourself. Nah, it's only natural. You're right. I need to clear my head. Why don't you come with me? I've always found taking in the view at the Night Stalker's shadow puts my mind at ease. That doesn't sound like a place that you put your mind at ease. But let's see what that place actually is, and it's not, because it makes it sound like it's some sort of like burial ground or something. Looks like it's actually on the edge over here. Of course, you got the Zabri cinder fields with all the burnt ground and death and everything. I mean, it isn't that much different from any other ledge you could be looking over the forests at. Over the forests. I almost forgot how calming this place is. Coming here was the right decision. Before us stretches the Jatika Heartland. Go on, Brillian. Take it all in. Yeah, I already did the sightseeing point that's around here, I think. I think there's a sightseeing point, like, right here? I know that there's one that overlooks the forests, and it has one of the huge trees in the background. Of course, we just happen to do this at night when it's foggy. It's trees as far as the eye can see. Under their branches live the Mamool, who we fought against for so long. Right, so I think the Mamool quests are actually going to revolve around improving the relationship. So it's either going to be involving improving the relationship between the Eekbrox and, what's the place again? What's the place called? Mamook? Or it's going to be about the Mamool. Well, considering it's gathering, it's probably also going to involve the Mamool adapting to the new, to the new agriculture and stuff that they found during. Because I believe one of the things we did during MSQ was we worked with Wokothamad and Kwana worked with the local flora and fauna and figured out why their crops wouldn't grow, and then helped identify plants that they could grow. So I suspect that's going to also be involved in these quests. But considering that you have to do this quest line, I think it's also going to involve working with the Eekbrox and the Zabral. The Brethren of Brox were formed during that conflict, and the very whisper of their presence struck fear into the hearts of our enemies. They would be sent off into battle with rousing words. Fearless warriors, go forth into your dominion. The forest bows to your might, equaled only by the wild Brox. The forest falls silent at your footfalls, for the predators are come. After the Dawn Servant brokered peace between our peoples, the name was taken upon by a group of our most seasoned hunters. Their duty was no longer to fight, but to protect the forest and serve its people. But not the Mamool, only the Zabral. But the Brox is king of the entire forest. Those who claim its name should do more to honor it. What's he getting at here? Yaktel doesn't end at these. Oh, okay, he actually is going to get into that, as you can see. But even so, the Brethren don't watch over the Jatika heartland. Yeah, it actually is going to be exactly what I thought it was. Even though the war is over, Eekbrox and Mamook stand apart in tense silence. So tense that our hunters dare not set foot into the paths below. But I think we can do better. We all live under the same bows. I think it's bows. After all, why shouldn't we hunt together? Why shouldn't we work hand in hand to keep our homes safe? Because racism. It's a beautiful dream. Shouldn't you focus on passing the trial first? Do you really think that's possible? Yeah, shouldn't you focus on the trial first? It's an admirable goal, but first you gotta pass the test. Haha, you've got me there. To make this dream come true, I have to first be in a position to reach for it. So first things first, I pass the trial and join the Brethren. Everything starts from there. Yes, it does. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me on this bit of soul-searching. The road ahead feels clearer now. And next in our path is the trial. Vrolva and the others are meant to test our mettle at the Zabrit Cinder Fields. We've hunted together already, Brilliant, and now we fight together. Let's show them what we've got. Yeah, well, I've got a big axe on my back. I also got this cool jacket. Alright, let's fly over to the Zabrit Cinderfields and get ready. So I think this prerequisite quest line, I think we're already almost done with it. Yeah, so we got one more after this. And then that'll take care of this one, and then we'll head down to Mamook and do the quest line there. That starts off from this quest here, Remembering a Dream. But we'll get there in a minute. Alright, here they are. Or here he is. I guess they'll show up once we start the quest. We'll be facing another pair of hunters. The Brethren have taken the time to arrange this despite how busy they are, so I hope that means they see something in me. No, it's probably me, actually. I don't see them anywhere, though. Well, that's kind of... I thought they were going to show up after we started the quest. I guess there's nothing for it to wait here. There's nothing to... I guess there's nothing for it but to wait here. Uh-oh, the butterflies in my stomach are back. Hey, don't worry about it, I'm here. Alright, let's go ahead and do one more. The trial commences. Tyat Rowe has a nervous look on his face. Where are they? Is this part of the trial? Oh, this isn't good. Maybe we're supposed to hunt one of the animals around here, but if I'm wrong and the others come while we're gone... Don't worry, bro, it's fine. Tyat Rowe. Ralva, you're alone? I thought the trial was... Plans have changed. Beasts not native to these parts were sighted in the south. to the south. They look like walking blue flowers, but they have the appetites of a predator. Ah, is that going to be what the trial ends up being? We must track them down and stop them before our town comes to harm. Before our own What? Oh, okay. We must track them down and stop them before any of our own come to harm. Help us do that, and the Brethren of Brox will welcome you with open arms. I take it you're to act as Tyat Rowe's partner. If even the Third Promise deemed you a worthy ally, then I'd be glad to have you along for this hunt. My partner and I will go after the beasts headed toward the village. You two head south and try to find out where these blue-flowered beasts are coming from. And if you run into any, slay them then and there. Consider it done. May your quarry fall swiftly. Come with me, Brillian. Sounds good. And I think this is going to be... Well, obviously the blue flowers are coming from the lower area. And now we gotta see, like, is there actually somebody doing this? Or are we gonna, like, have to work with some Mamool Jaw to defeat this thing? Well, obviously I'm able to one-shot it or whatever, but... For the sake of the story... Oh, looks like he took care of some of them. I guess he doesn't really need me. I got one, but they just keep pouring out from the Jawtika heartland. A few got away and fled deeper into the cinder field. Can you go after them? I'll stand watch over this area in case any more appear. Sounds good. Let's head deeper into the cinder field, into the convenient orange circle. Ah, there we are, the purple circle of doom. Let's take them down. I mean, this is like base level level 100 content. It's not going to be that difficult. Oh, there's another guy. Invasive Mourner. What? Mourner? Why is he a mourner? So what is this going to end up being? Maybe they're just enemies attacking. It could just be as simple as that. I guess it doesn't really need to be anything special, as long as he becomes one of the, the Brethren of Brox, that's right. Alright, Tyat Rowe, I took down some more of them. Brilliant. I knew you'd make quick work of those things. I searched the nearby area, and I think we took care of them all, for now. The other hunters should have made their way to the village by now. So let's catch up with them and give them the good tidings. And of course, it starts raining. Anyway, let's head on back to Eekbrox and wrap this one up, and that'll be the end of this quest line for now. Alright, who do we need to talk to? Of course, Tyat Rowe. First, we'll talk to Ralma, or Va. We're in your debt, Brillian. Eekbrox can rest easy, for now at least. Brilliant. You'll be glad to know that the beasts have been exterminated, and no one from the village was hurt. That's about as good as an outcome as we could have asked for. But as glad as I am, I still had to rely on you to finish what I started, even though it was a test of my skills. I don't know if I deserve to be part of the Brethren. Isn't, like, part of the point of being one of the Brethren is to, like, rely on each other? Ah, but you're forgetting the most important rule of our brotherhood, Tyotro. I am? None must hunt alone. Why do you think this rule exists? And why do you think the trial is done in pairs? Duh! Like, of course that's why. The wild beasts of the forest fight with desperation to survive. In contending with such foes, even a single moment of carelessness can prove fatal. Any hunter who thinks they can protect the forest and its people alone won't live as a hunter for long. I beg to differ, but, yeah, for normal people, sure. You're right, Ralva. How could I forget? I still have so much to learn. That you do. But this all started when you realized you needed Beryllian's help, and for that, you should be commended. For that choice led to the eradication of the flowered beasts from our home and allowed us to locate their source. You followed my orders most admirably, and I look forward to seeing how you perform on your next duty. Does that mean... From this moment forward, you are one of the Brethren of Brox. We are brothers, and I will forge you into a hunter that we can all rely on. I won't disappoint you. As for you, Brillian, I'm sorry you got dragged into our crisis. But considering our homes are safe, and I now have a new brother, I'm grateful for your presence. Isn't that the, like, default response that everyone should have? Thank you for agreeing to be my partner, Brillian. As a full-fledged hunter, I'm ready to make all my dreams a reality. Just you watch. Your work starts now, Tyotro. Come with me. Of course. Well, Brillian, I suppose this is goodbye for now. I hope to see you around, Brox again. I'm sure I will at some point in the quest line. And let me get a ring that is kind of pointless because I've got not max gear. I haven't crafted. I made some 6.3 gear, or a couple pieces of 6.3 gear. But let's see, what eye level is this? 663. And I have 2, oh right, I got, yeah, light heavy ring, and yeah, 663 is not even, yeah, it's level 94. I'll just do it and I'll desynthesize or something. Is it tradable? Yeah, it's tradable. Maybe I'll try selling it, see if it's worth anything. Alright, now we're done with the first quest line. Let's head on over to Mamool, so we can get started on the next one. Now, if I recall correctly, for this quest, I believe someone had gotten attacked, and then we needed to go and, like, rescue their husband or something. We'll see. I honestly completely forgot what this one was. I remembered the other one a lot more clearly. Yeah, it was these two. It was these two people. What could have driven them into such a frenzy? If only I weren't some common cripple. Yeah, was it their father or husband? Maybe they're not related at all. A husband. Okay, here it is. Okay, Shidil Jaw. What have you got for me? Remembering a dream. Shidil Jaw seems to know where to start regarding the wyvers. Right, so these things... I don't know what the wyvers are, but those are the things that were attacking them. And then we needed to... Yeah, we obviously needed to go and rescue her. Or him? Yeah, him. First, I think we ought to search the area where we were attacked. If anything's amiss, I should be able to spot it, but I worry about another ambush. Would you go ahead and make sure the road is safe? Sounds good. As long as it means I can kill something. Thank you, stranger. You are ever generous. We first encountered the wyvers north of Golmajik Grove, by the cenote there. I'll give you ample head start and then come and meet you. In the meantime, I'll ask around the city. Others may have been similarly attacked, for all we know. That's a good idea. It hadn't even occurred to me to do that. While you and Sigilja are away, I'll ask around the city. Maybe someone knows something about the wyvers, yes. We need to investigate the cenote, just north of Golmajik Grove. I'll come and meet you once you've cleared a safe path. Sounds good. Let's go check it out. Looks like there's multiple places to check on. Alright, I guess we gotta survey multiple places on the road. Although considering there's some purple smoke that you probably shouldn't inhale, we're probably gonna have to fight some enemy at some point. Oh, yep, that looks like a wyver. Not that I know what they look like. That's one down. Check on the next purple smoke that you aren't supposed to inhale. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. I mean, no, don't inhale the purple smoke. Oh, gotta fight another one. Usually on these, we don't have to, there's like one or two that you need to do, but then not, but then one of them doesn't actually have one. Let's see if the third one actually does. Well, I guess we'll see if the third one does in just a second. Gotta actually finish killing this guy. Alright, 2 down, 1 to go. The Golmajik Grove is the banana grove, right? Yes, well, obviously the banana grove is right there. Let's see if this one will have one. Nope, you scan the area, but no wyvers are emerge. Let's go ahead and head over to this last destination. Wait for, what was her name? Was something Jaw? Of course it's Jaw, they're Mamool Jaw. Or Seal Jaw? It had 2 eyes, 3 eyes in it. There she is. Thank you for doing that. I had no troubles at all on my way here. Something that might explain the wyver's aggression. I'm afraid I don't see anything unusual. What do you think? I don't know. Maybe it's the really obvious thing that's causing their aggression. Watch me just find this tiny little stone. What is it? Oh, Shidilja, that's her name. My cyan crystal! I must have dropped it when... Oops. It was a gift from my husband, when he returned from Eorzea. He said its blue glow reminded him of these forests, so he carried it always. Worth no more than a common stone, I'd wager, but to me it is precious. It kept me safe while he was away. Brought him home alive. How nice. Sometimes, the grief of his injury blinds him to the miracle of his survival. He may not be able to fight anymore, but he is still the strongest man I know. My husband used to train here in his youth. We call this stone Choli Solvas, which is also a sightseeing point. The weight of the sky. And once he believed with all his heart that he could bear any weight, achieve any dream. I wanted to remind him of that when I brought him here, but then those wyvers came along. How dare they interrupt your date? Anyway, I've chatted on long enough. So far as I can see, nothing in this area readily explains why those poor beasts attacked us as they did. Perhaps Gatolja has discovered something back in the city. Hopefully, considering we didn't get any info from this one. And we need the story to continue. Anyway, let's go ahead and teleport to Mamool and wrap this one up. And then we should have 2 more quests to do after this, right? Yes, 2 more quests to do, and then the actual quest to unlock the Mamool Jock quests. Alright, Gatolja. Did you find anything? Back without incident. Good. Well, it was by no means a waste of a journey. I was able to recover my precious crystal. Thank you for seeing... that's the wrong person. Thank you for seeing her home safely. While you were away, I managed to glean a thing or two about our wyvers. Did you know? Somehow, I knew you would have good luck. Oh, did you now? That makes more sense. Let's hear what my husband has to say. Budding promise. Gatolja would share what he knows about the wyvers. I have no idea if that's how you're supposed to even be saying those, but that's just how I'm reading it. According to those I spoke with, a number of people have been attacked by wild wyvers in recent days, many while traveling on public roads. Even Dobro have been among the injured, and theirs is a clan that has worked with the wyvers since time immemorial. Goodness, if even Dobros can't handle them, what hope do the rest of us have? We'd be fools to step 1 foot outside the city. Guess I gotta go kill them all. Not to mention that this might have been for our very own wyvers. If they started misbehaving, we may find ourselves without mounts or beasts of burden. I thought about calling upon our hunters for help with the wild ones. Culling the population can't serve us well in the long run. Oh, okay. Which leaves providing armed escort to those who venture outside the city. With the right preparation, I could do it. What are you saying? It's not a matter of preparation, Gatolja. If this woman hadn't come along when she did, What about trapping the wyvers instead? But an armed escort would still mean slaying wyvers, right? Yeah. That's not really gonna fix the problem. They obviously got aggravated for some reason. You raised a good point. Perhaps setting a trap or creating some diversion would be better serve our interests. Our goal is to protect our people, after all. Wyvers may be physically formidable, but they must have some weakness in their finer senses. A smell they can't tolerate, for instance. If we were to incorporate that detergent into, say, a smoke bomb, that should buy us enough time to flee from an aggressive wyver. I can handle the smoke bombs. I've been making those since I first became a mercenary. Then why don't you teach me as well? I'm eager to help how I can. If you could find out what scent wyvers detest, that would be a great help. Bucklejaw should know. Bucklejaw the wyvern handler. Mind. Not the blessed siblings. Yeah, that's Bucklejaw. When you have whatever he recommends, bring it to me so we can infuse the smoke bombs with it. Sounds good. It's definitely a slightly better solution, but we should probably figure out why they're actually getting aggressive. This won't last forever. Okay, where's the wyvern handler? Looks like he's down south here. There he is. Hello, Bucklejaw, not Bucklejaja. What do wyvers hate to smell? Now that's the way to start a conversation. Yes, it is. Ah, yes. I heard Tolja was asking about recent wyvern incidents. I'd recommend the scale bud if you're looking for something smelly. You can pick them up. You can pick them off the luminescent plants found in water-bound areas like Cenote Jiunja. Mostly unremarkable unless you crush or grind them. Then you'll wish you never had. Wyvers have a keen sense of smell, so one whiff should be all you need to convince them to be elsewhere. But the same goes for people, so take care when stowing those buds in your bag, eh? You mean my ambiguously sized inventory? Alright, let's go pick some of those buds, and hope that they don't, make my bag really smelly. Then again, I've had literal dead bodies in my bag, so it probably won't smell worse than that. I still find this place a little annoying to navigate because there's only these two. Like, you would think that the top left and the bottom right would be good coverage, but because of the vertical distance here, this entire area ends up being a little more annoying to navigate to. It's still not that big of a zone. Or it's still not that big, so it doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, let's go and pick some of the scalebud blooms. That's what we're getting, right? Alright, that's what we needed. Let's head back to Mamook and bring them these buds. Hopefully they don't stink up our inventory. Okay, it should be over here. Yep, there they are where they were before. Alright, Gatolja, where's your wife? Did you find something to drive off the wyvers? Yes, I did. When it's crushed, you say? This should do it. When everything's packed together just right, I can ensure the impact both triggers the smoke and crushes the bud. In theory, anyway. We still need to test it. Well, that's what the next quest is going to be. Alright, let's do this last quest. Skill of a veteran. Gatolja is eager to test out the smoke bombs. If these smoke bombs work as planned, our problems are solved. It's what happens if they don't that worries me. Now don't worry, I'll be there. A thankless task, but would you test them in my stead? You're far more capable of repelling an angered wyver than I am. Good, he has some sense. Or well, he didn't have any sense earlier, but he does now. No matter how it pains me to admit. Okay, there we go. It's good that they included that, because it would have been weird to just have him be like, oh yeah, you do it. There are plenty of wyvers in this forest. See if the bombs work as they should, and do what you must if they don't. Will do. I have confidence those bombs will work, but you can never be too sure. Yep. Let's head on out to the forest. Test out the bombs at the convenient orange circles. Go to this one over here first, and then we'll head over to this top one. Where is our destination? There it is. Oh, so they're just like standing here? Are these the tame ones? Oh, you actually have to throw it. Okay. God! Well, that seemed to work pretty well. Let's head over to the other spot. Of course it's going to work well. The story, you gotta continue. So these quest lines are much shorter than I expected. Okay, let's go ahead and throw this bomb over here. Because the ones to unlock the Arcus of Dark quests were much longer. These are actually a couple shorter quests. I'm not really complaining, but it also seems like, well, I was gonna say it seems unnecessary to do any of this, but we haven't actually gotten to the Mamool Jaw quest yet, so I don't know what the quest line is gonna end up being about. Making those bombs took longer than I expected. Did you try them yet? Yes, I did, and they seem to work very well. How did it go? Did our smoke bombs work? Yes, they did. Stoic nod. Thank goodness. Now we no longer need to worry about battling any wyvers. I fashioned my bombs after those of the kobolds across the salt. They've pulled me through many a tricky situation, believe you me. Never imagined I'd be using them at home one day. I'm glad. The smoke bombs were a success, I take it. I do hope you're willing to share with the rest of us. I guess. And what would a wyver handle want with wyver repellent? I meant with the rest of the city. Plenty of people have had run-ins with the wyvers, and few among them are fighters. I'm sure they'd be relieved to share in your brilliant solution. This guy is very sus. It's just a smoke bomb. Nothing brilliant about it. So you say, but none of us could have conceived or crafted such things, except you could just crafted them, but I guess you were taught by him, so okay. Your expertise and knowledge continues to serve your community. I never considered that. I always thought a mercenary who couldn't fight is little more than a waste of space. Right, this quest is called, Skill of a Veteran. So this is just him, getting a bit more confidence in himself. But if I can still use my skills for the better, maybe there's hope for me yet. That's the spirit, Stoic nod. It's so simple. Why didn't I realize that before? I think we have more smoke bombs to make, Shadil Jah. Enough for everyone. Indeed. We must do what we can to ensure Mamook's future is a bright one. That we will. Thank you for standing by us. You're a true friend to Mamook and her people. Yes. We should have a few bombs to spare for Bucklejaw and the others. I will return home to fetch them. But I hope we meet again someday. Kindest of kind strangers. I will never forget all you have done for us. I did a couple quick quests. What are you talking about? We're running another coffer that's not very useful. Only level 94. I mean, maybe I'll be able to sell it, but like, I guess it's just going to be a little bit of gil. Alright. Alright, that wraps up the prerequisite quests. And the next one to actually unlock the Mamool Jaw quests, I believe, is One Forest, which is this quest right here. Go and talk to Gutaljaw and start it up. Yeah, okay, and then this is why we needed to do the two of them. One Forest. Something is troubling Gutaljaw. This gets us life bound by honor. I'm glad you're here. We seem to have another problem. One that has nothing to do with wyvers. An armed man was spotted loitering outside the city. There's a brawl. Oh, okay, so then that's going to be him, isn't it? Also, did this come out with 7.0 or 7.1? Okay, this was 7.1. Okay. So this is the last of the prerequisite quests. And then the 7.1 quest, 7.2 quest came out after this one. So this is the last of the prerequisite quest line. An armed man just, I read that already. He's clearly not here for trade. And while I'd like to believe he's not here for trouble either, others in Mamook may think differently. If someone's doing something rash, our hopes are for change will have been for nothing. That's why I'd like you to speak with him as an impartial party and discover what business he has in these parts. Last I heard, he was outside the eastern gates. Obviously, it's going to be the Zabral that we just helped in the other quest line. Like to believe he means no harm, but if wishes were wyvers, as they say. They do? I don't know, I'm not Zabral. I mean, I'm not Mamool Jaw. Yep, there he is. Tired Row. Brilliant! Thank goodness, a friendly face. I've been working hard to fulfill my desires as a hunter, but the beasts on the Utmost horizon are as restless as ever. Thinking the lower forests might be plagued with similar issues, I've come to investigate, but, all I found thus far are looks of fear and possibly loathing. And here I thought Mamool had reformed its opinion on outsiders. Yeah, recent wyvern attacks have made the people on edge, that's all. No. I know someone who would be happy to talk with you. Actually, I do. Really? Someone local? Please, introduce me. Surely I'm not alone in my desires to keep our forests safe. Come on, Brilliant. And he walks off on his own. Didn't we literally just talk about getting a bunch of hateful looks? Nervous and hateful looks? Elga told you I talked with him. He actually wants to talk with you. I asked you to speak with him and not invite him for tea. Apologies for the intrusion. My name is Tyat Rowe, and I've come to investigate the local wildlife on behalf of the Brethren of Brox. Told ya, I live here. Nice to meet you. Better call his wife. The pleasure is all mine. Now, allow me to get straight to the point. The beasts on the Ut-O-Mu horizon have been exhibiting strange behavior as of late. We have a theory that whatever is causing their restlessness may lie in the Jatika heartland. So you think we're to blame for your problems? That's a bit of a jump. No, not at all. I simply meant that we've seen strange blue-flowered beasts up above. And their presence has caused no little anxiety in the surrounding wildlife. I see. Blue blossoms are indeed native to the Jatika heartland. Seems odd they would stray that far. Probably going to relate it to the wyverns attacking people. First the wyverns, and now this. Something's not right. I'm keen to resolve the problem, whatever it is. You say your wyverns have been acting strangely as well? Yes, they have. Troubling indeed. But I think we'll need more information if we're to effect any change. Let's ask around. Wait. A Zabral like you shouldn't wander these streets alone. I'll come with you. Oh good, I thought he was going to suggest I go with him. Yours is a friendly face in these parts. If you handle the western side of the city, we'll take the east. Okay, that's a better idea. I mean, they could have just used Endwalker following mechanics, but I think this is a better way of doing this. Alright, let's take care of the western side of the city. First, starting with Determined Dopro. Fly Agarics? Sure. Have been wandering in places they have no business being. Does that count as strange? Normally, they live deep in the forest, but these days you can find them as close as Mamool. I think it's strange anyway. Yeah, that could be helpful. See what the other person has to say. Hopefully it's just a tiny bit more helpful than that. Personable Bunewa. Anything unusual? Now that I think about it, my friend recently spotted a massive beast while gathering herbs. He'd be able to tell you more. His name is Sunilja, and he lives just down the road here. Well, that's a bit more helpful. Let's go talk to Sunilja. Is he in the building? Yes, he is. The gargantuan thing scared me half to death, is what it did. I was gathering medical herbs near Bitterbark Cenote. When I see this enormous creature appear out of nowhere, snatch up a nearby beast and swallow it whole. Then just like that, it was gone, into the cenote. Might as well have been a trick of the light, but those two tentacles, those I'll never forget. That sounds, disturbing. A wild tentacle, gargantuan tentacled beast appeared out of a cenote, ate a giant beast on one bite, and then just disappeared. I tried to get starting conversations with the locals, but people just looked scared, and Gatolja just got angry. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Probably shouldn't do that right now. Everyone was more keen to hear what business I had with the hunter from Eek Brox than they were to share information themselves. How about you? Did you manage to discover anything? Yes, I did. Seems like there's this gargantuan tentacle beast. A giant tentacled monster emerging from Bitterbark cenote. Not a familiar creature to me, but cenotes are known to connect to larger bodies of water, even as far as the salt. So this beast drifts into cenotes from the outside and starts preying on local wildlife. Without a clear way to defend ourselves, without a clear way to defend themselves, the blue blossoms flee to the upper forests, while the wyverns start rampaging in fear. That if we slay that tentacled fiend, our problems are solved. I hope you two are ready for the hunt. Yep, sounds good to me. Born ready. I'll certainly do a better job of slaying this monster than I did collecting information on it. Ha ha ha. Good. Then I have a plan. I'll explain once we get to Bitterbark cenote. Oh, let's see what his plan is. Once we get over to Bitterbark cenote. Where is that? I guess, well, it's down to the south, obviously. Oh, right, so this was, this was in one of the quests. Oh, it was in the Watch Your Makey Deliveries fishing quests. That's right. And we needed to, like, fish something up. And then there was this whole, we ended up going from here, and then we went all the way up to the Eekbrox Soli. And then we actually, like, had to swim in here and collect some stuff, because apparently they're connected. We ran into a few errant beasts on the way, but Tyat Rogue can hold his own. Good eye, good instincts. With time, he'll go far, right? Because he's the old veteran, he's the new recruit. No trace of our mysterious monster, but we did find the remains of some blue-flowered beasts. Leftovers from its last meal, no doubt. Now that we know what whets its appetite, we can easily lure it out. I've incorporated some blue blossom viscera into one of my smoke bombs, so that when it detonates, our looking fiend will reappear for another meal. If you'll do the honors, no problem. I'm ready when you are. You should watch the battle from here. You may have a good eye, and observing this creature's weakness and how it fights will serve us well, should we encounter its kind again. A fair point. Then, may the spirit of the Brox guide you true, Brillian. I don't need no spirit guiding me. I got my axe. That bomb should bring our sinister friend to the surface. Take care not to waste it. I don't fancy digging around in blue blossom guts again. I won't miss a moment of your battle. I won't so much as blink. You should probably do that. Probably be a little bit, you're gonna end up blinking right at the critical moment if you do that. Alright, let's launch this bomb. Oh, I guess I have to actually, like, go up to it. Oh, okay, now we gotta do the purple smoke of doom. Let's not inhale it. You're not supposed to inhale it. Oh, wow, that is a tentacled monster. Yeah, I love the animation on that. It's so ridiculous. What is a Zaraton? Well, I guess we'll find out. Let's report back to them. I guess a Zaraton might be something from the cenotes. I guess they might live in there. 2 of them. I thought I'd fare half as well against such foes, even in my prime. Though that's not although there's no need for such comparisons now. That was incredible, Brilliant. I think you got them all. Let's return to the city and talk about what comes next. Alright, let's head on back and wrap this one up. I'll take care of all the prerequisite quests. Then we can actually unlock the Mamool quests. Okay, they're over here. Let's talk to Gatulja and then Tyajaro. I hope our forest regains some semblance of peace, but we still ought to remain vigilant. Aren't these supposed to be the gathering quests? How is this going to tie into gather? How are the Mamool quests going to tie into gathering? The heroine returns. I'm glad I could witness your fighting techniques firsthand. Next time, you can leave the slaying to me. I know just how I'd bring down such a beast. Yeah, you'd poke it. Any insight you could share would be invaluable. Few though they are in number, Mamool's hunters are better positioned to deal with such menaces should they return. Would you ever consider allowing the Brethren of Brox to patrol the Jatika Heartland? I don't know how you're gonna get everyone to agree to that. Not to misunderstand, I will happily offer my insights regardless. I just thought that since your numbers are few, my people ought to offer their assistance. What do you say? I think they're gonna be pretty nervous about that. That's a generous offer, but not one you're likely to profit from. Do I look like I am a Pelu? I disagree. The Ut-Omo Horizon, the Jatika Heartland. We separate them with words, but in essence, they are the same forest. The forest of Yaktel. What benefits Mamook benefits Ecobrox. It's only by joining hands that our forest can flourish. Besides, none amongst the Brethren have the knowledge and experience of a Mamool mercenary. We stand to gain much by working alongside you. I agree that cooperation is key to this forest's prosperity. Weren't you the one that accusing him of doing stuff at the beginning? But it's still too soon to realize such change. If we hope to achieve true unity, it can't be forced. We need time to know that there's a brawl. So that our future alliance can be in more than just name. Of course, we too hope to learn more about Mamook. It really is a beautiful city. City. Well then, I'd best be off. The Brethren will want to hear my findings, and I'm eager to discuss what steps we can take to build an understanding with Mamook. I appreciate it. I'll do what I can to convince the folks that hunters from Ecobrox aren't all worthy of suspicion. It may take time, but they'll come around. You are truly a marvel, Brilliant. Yes. If you're not revolutionizing the city, or saving men from their past, you're connecting kindred spirits from opposing communities. Yeah, it's what I do. Together, we'll make this forest one that's safe and welcoming to all. From the top of the Ut-Omo Horizon to the heart of the Jatika Heartland. No matter where you venture in Yaktel, you will always find friends. Come and visit whenever you'd like. Sounds good. That wraps this one up. Now that should allow us to unlock the Mamool quests. But we'll see in just a second. He stops and waves. Alright, yep, there's the blue quest, Cultivating Hope. And it is, in fact, the Gathering quests. Let's go ahead and head over to this quest and get started. Oh, yep, it's Gotulja. Cultivating hope. Gotulja fidgets anxiously. Brilliant, nice to see you. Do you have a moment? So that previous quest that we just finished was added with 7.0, and all those prerequisite quests were added with 7.0, and then this was added with 7.25. This may not come as a surprise, since you personally helped to negotiate our import of foreign crops. But a researcher has recently arrived from Charlian, right? So that's what I mentioned earlier when we were doing the prerequisite quests. That one of the things we did during MSQ was actually figure out their agriculture and their food situation. Because one of the problems they were having was that one of the problems that they were having was that they couldn't grow anything in the forests. We figured out that that it was because of the aether in the area. And so, of course, the nerds and the Charlene researcher that's just showing up is going to help them figure everything out. I've a mind to go and pay my respects, but... well, I know little about Charlians, and I'm worried I'll cause offense. Now, they'll probably be like, ooh, is that a nice greeting? Or something weird like that. And they'll take out their notebooks and start examining you. No, wait, those are the alchemists at Thavener. Anyway, could you come along, if only for my peace of mind? I guess. Also, I'm planning on probably trying to do these as botanist. I've already got miner and botanist to max levels, so I don't really need the experience for this. But it feels more appropriate to do this in a botanist glam and botanist in a forest like this than to do it as a miner. My thanks. His name is Angir, and she should be in the southern district of the city. Yep, then there's the tribe quest jingle. I'm sorry, allied societies. Let's head on down. Let's see. Yep, there they are. And Angir. This must be her. I'm humbled she travels so far for our sakes. She's a nerd. Of course she's gonna travel far. Hello there. May I be of assistance? Yes, Satilja wanted to talk to you. Not Satilja, that's from the physical range DPS role quests. And I'm Gotulja, former mercenary. Now I fashion whatever odds and ends need making. The Audarch says you've come to oversee the growth of new crops here in Mamool. So we wanted to express our gratitude. It's very kind of you. My name is Angir, and it's my pleasure to be at your service. As long as she doesn't want to talk to my manager. When I first heard my assignment, I was intrigued. A force dominated by the etheric influences of meteorites. Rest assured, we shall soon have an experienced granary up and running. New crops will flourish here, this I promise. Indeed, my chief concerns at the moment is not one of potential, but one of manpower. Mamool is rather sparse in population, is it not? Yes, most of our able-bodied workers have left, either to become mercenaries or for other reasons. I myself would be glad to help, but I doubt one extra body will account for much. But apparently 2 is plenty. You should use wyvers. Put to the right use. Our wyvers can solve out any problem, and it's wyver hunter, isn't it? Or handler. No, that's a different guy. Revoljaw. How many years has it been? I thought you had moved to Tuliol for good. When I heard change was in the air for Mamool, I had to come and see it for myself. Using wyvers sounds like an excellent idea. We should hitch them to plows, have them cart heavy equipment. All we need now is someone willing to gather extra materials we require. I know a few gatherers, but most are getting on in years. But Brilliant here happens to be wearing a botanist glam, so I assume she will be able to help. We'll have to find an adventurous soul. An adventurous soul? Really? If you need anything more than local mushrooms or odd medicinal herbs. I handle beasts, not ore and timber. Well, I have this giant axe on my back. It's a different shape than the usual axe I wear on my back, though. I'm an adventurous gatherer, leave it to me. For the right price, I'll handle just about anything. Even 5 guys. In a fight, yes. Then it's settled. You'll be well compensated, I promise. I look forward to working with you, friend. Brilliant, Revolja. Yeah, Revolja, okay. You both have my thanks. Think nothing of it. I'll gather what wyver handlers I can find and explain the situation. I'm sure they'll be happy to help as well. Brilliant. Would you mind going with Revolja? He's a good lad, but he gets ahead of himself sometimes. You've more than proven your talent for communication. So if he's struggling to make his point, lend him a hand, will you? Oh, this will be one of those, you gotta pick the right dialogue choice, but if you get it wrong, it just does it for you anyway. Also, are you free later, madam? Wait, no, she's a crazy nerd. Stay away, John. I appreciate your cooperation. I'll be planning the particulars if you need anything. Alright, let's head on over and help with the communication issues. Apparently he's just, he's a good kid, but he can't talk. Alright, handlers. Remind me why we're here again? My wyvers trained for battle. I doubt it'll be much use on a farm. My darling has needs. Who would force him to do work he doesn't enjoy? As I've been saying, wyvers are the answer. But ours are specifically trained for combat. How do you reckon they'd help with farming? Oh, brilliant. Perfect timing. Tell them our one wyver's worth at least 10 men on the field, won't you? The wyver handlers stand in awkward silence, try convincing them on behalf of Revolja. What do you expect our wyvers to do exactly? Hoe with their horns? No, we attach plows to them. More like pull heavy plows. Who told you we'll outfit them with farming equipment? No, they're gonna pull heavy plows. That makes far more sense. If that's what you need done, we can do it. 1 down, 2 to go. How about you, dubious Dobro? Believe me, we all want new crops here in Mamook. I'm happy to help. I just want to know how a wyver trained for battle could be useful. We need wyvers to haul equipment. We need wyvers to pull our plows. I see. A wyver with the strength for combat should have no problems with that. Very well. The both of us will be over presently. Okay, harried handler. You don't look very hairy to me. My precious wyver only smashes things. I'd love to be of service. But if my darling can't smash something to bits, then I'm afraid we're at an impasse. I don't know what you can do then. How about smashing rocks? That sounds good. That sounds, well, smashing. Leave it to me and my wyver. We'll have the garden beds free of obstructions in a blink. Well, that went well. That was incredible! You convinced them all to help just like that. Well, I only had 2 options. Now there's one last person I think we need. His name is Kagilja, and he's a Nanul or Jatika banana farmer. We can trust his expertise. Sounds good? Let's go talk to that banana farmer. And they called them Nodule, right? Yeah, the actual bananas are Nodule. This is Kagilja. We've been best friends since childhood. But, well, after I moved to Tululol, we haven't had much contact. You were part of the Third Promise's retinue, weren't you? What brings you here now, and with Ravulja? We just met, actually. A researcher from afar is beginning work on a granary here, and we're both lending a hand. I was hoping you might help out as well, knowing as much as you do about farming in these forests. No? Do you think I'd aid a traitor who abandoned his homeland for the comforts of Tuliolol? Okay, I didn't realize it would be like this, but I guess that makes sense. The look on your face. I'm kidding. Although it's in great part thanks to this woman here that such words can be said in jest. Much has changed for Mamook. I really like the flower in her hair. If my best friend has finally come home, I'd be a fool to refuse his pleas. Joking aside, your words didn't ring hollow, Kagilja. To many, I was a traitor to everything Mamook once stood for. A traitor to my friend for never writing. It broke my heart to leave, but I couldn't stand the zealotry of blessed siblings. And now that the old teachings have been left in the past, I want to do everything I can for Mamook's future. Thank you, Kagilja, for your forgiveness. I hope that you, Brilliant, and I can help find a way to move forward. Can find a new way forward. Alright. Hopefully we have enough people to get started. Let's go and ask Angir if she needs anything else. Sounds good? Let's head back over to Angir and see what else she needs. Obviously we have to actually do some sort of gathering. Because, you know, this is a gathering quest. Well, we'll see what she needs. Probably need to gather some plants so that they can start. Oh, I just noticed that they just built this whole thing here now. Yeah, they're probably gonna need to have us get some plants or seeds so that they can use them to grow stuff. Gutulja is helping outfit the wyvers with carts and plows. They'll be along afterwards. I just introduced myself to Angir. Let me know how I can help. Thank you for your aid in recruiting the others. With a handful of wyvers, our work shortage is now but a trifle. The handlers have their orders, but there's one thing I would ask of you. While fertile, this soil needs some additions to better accommodate the seeds and starters I've brought with me. I think some charred bark should balance out its acidity nicely. Perhaps you could bring some from the Brzibrit cinder fields. I've attained the proper permissions from Eekbrox to gather from the Otomo horizon. As long as your work is done respectfully, we have nothing to fear. We'll begin setting up a base of operations in the meantime, so let me know once you've acquired what we need. Sounds good. Let's head back up there. Let's head back to the upper levels and collect our... What are we collecting again? Sacks of charred bark. Let's head on over there. Or head on up there. It's gonna take a second. Yeah, I guess this is another place with these diagonals. This whole area in the center diagonal is a little annoying to get to. But again, you don't really need to go to this top right area almost at all. It's this bottom left that you end up needing to go sometimes. Because, like, technically this is the entrance to living memory, right? Right? I guess technically yes. Not like anyone ever goes there through there. Most people just teleport. I don't know why. I don't know anyone who would actually go through the regular entrance. All right, looks like this is where we need to be. Like some of that ash. Charred bark. I need 3. 2. 3. And let's get some water crystals while I'm here. 21 water crystals. That's all. Let's head on back and finish up this quest, and then that'll unlock the daily quests. I'm glad I'm doing this now. I kind of wish I had done it last week, but yesterday I finished up the last of the classes that I wanted to level with the Pelu Pelu quests. So now I'm gonna change over to be doing these daily quests, just to do the reputation, because obviously I've already got max crafters and gatherers, so it doesn't really matter. I don't need it for the experience. Welcome back. I trust you have what I asked for. Yes, I do. That's why the quest marker above your head changed. What quest marker? Nothing. Perfect. Just what I had hoped. I'll have the wyver handlers mix our fertilizer into the soil as they till it. And that's all. Society quest complete. Cart secure. We're ready when you are. Just about. Yes. This should be ground finely enough to distribute evenly. Once we've tilled the soil for beds, we can begin planting in earnest. Woljaw, can I count on your continued support? Well, I'm not going to be here all the time, so... Me? But Kigolja is the one who grows things. And you have grown our hopes into a viable operation by recruiting the necessary allies. I'm the one who did that. Charisma like yours is essential for this gainery's success. Weren't we the ones who did that? Stoic nod. Alright, I'll do what I can. On my pride as a Mamool jaw. For Mamook. Yeah! Your assistance would be invaluable, Brilliant, if you can spare the time. Yeah, now they're just gonna trample all the plants. After all these years, my homestead is about to realize true progress. I would love to have you with us as we build a brighter future for my people. I'll help, on my pride as an adventurer, from Mamook. When you put it that way, I can't really say no. Let's go with the fun response. Stoic fist bump. Thank you. I'm in your debt. Yeah, you were before that. It's heartening to have you with us. Sorry for the wait. The wyvers are ready. Or is it Wivery? I don't know. Thanks, Kagilja. Let's get started. And now the plants are sown, or planted. Now it'll take a whole season for them all to grow. Oh, and there's the shop. I'll go ahead and check and see if we can get anything yet. I don't think we can because we don't have any of the currency. This Gatorade will give Mamook another chance. I can just feel it. I can feel it too. Let's show the world what these lands can grow. Together by our own hands. Actually, it's by the Wyveru's hands, but you know. Or is it by their hooves? From hopes yet to fully blossom, Mamook has established a granary. Help the Mamool Jaw come to love the land that supported them by aiding the farmers of Gokagolma. Sounds good to me. Obviously, I'll do that off stream because, you know, they're just like really simple daily quests. Gokagolma, society quest unlocked. Your reputation has increased to friendly. You have achieved friendly reputation with the farmers of Gokagolma. Mamool Jaw society quests are now available from Kagiljaw and Gokagolma. Furthermore, you may now purchase wares from Viroljaw. Eat your vegetables 1. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to, or check on the vendor and see what, stuff we can get. Okay, right now it's just materia, obviously, and then obviously we don't have any of the currency. Also, the currency has, is the bananas. That's funny. Alright, that's going to be all for today. We were able to unlock the Mamool Jaw quests, and now I can start doing those daily and getting ready for the next time. And so next time, I think the next thing that we need to do on my list of stuff for 7.2 is... I guess we could do the next Corn Servant quest next. Yeah, I think next time we'll do the next Mamool Jaw quest, and then we'll also probably do the other Corn Servant quest that was added with 7.2. And then I've got Hildebrand, and then we got Cruiserweight tier for the raids. But we're done for today. And until next time, goodbye.